Tonight, fallout continues from President Trump's announcement about a possible connection between autism diagnosis and using Tylenol during pregnancy.
Acetaminophen, is that okay? Which is basically commonly known as Tylenol during pregnancy, can be associated with a very increased risk of autism. So taking Tylenol is not good.
Research out of Vanderbilt shows the number of children diagnosed with autism here in Tennessee has doubled over the last decade.
News 2's Caitlin Quisenberry spoke with one local dad who turned his family's journey into a mission to help others.
For Brad, the story started with his son, Jacob.
So when Jacob was about 3 months old, my wife noticed that he didn't look at us during diaper changes. He walked on time, did all the things that you normally would see on time, but there was no words. Sure enough, he's a classic case of autism.
The Michel's story is becoming more common. Researchers at Vanderbilt University Medical Center report the number of children with autism in Tennessee have doubled in 10 years, from 1 in 68 in 2014 to now 1 in 29. That is more than 3% of children across the state.
I think because of the awareness, and also parents now are not in as much denial. Now we're more aware and more alert. Hey, listen, if our kiddos aren't hitting these milestones, we need to do something.
Doctors say part of the increase comes from greater awareness, better diagnostic tools, and more studies. But they say there's also likely a true increase in autism. Dr. Zachary Warren with Vanderbilt's Autism Institute says, quote, "These findings powerfully push us to build effective and efficient systems of care capable of serving 3% to 5% of kids with autism."
I think people feel isolated and lost when it comes to the state fundings, the state allocations of certain resources. A lot of times the wait list for getting a diagnosis is because there's not enough doctors.
And for families in rural areas with minimal access to healthcare professionals, Brad says there is more work that needs to be done. Through the nonprofit Jacob's Audible, he is focused on reaching as many families as possible.
Autism it's an incredible story. But you have to take the first step. Isolation is not a cure.
Brad tells me while he is glad to see autism awareness making national headlines, he hopes it also brings more attention to the needed resources for the kids already here.
We just encourage parents not to give up. You're not alone.
In Nashville, Caitlin Quisenberry, News 2.